Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group.
Today, the Chicago Cubs came by the White House for some photographs with President Trump. It's part of the deal they cut with Lucifer. And
Cubs visit the 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, made its way into Stephen Colbert's monologue last night. Today, the Cubs look to go for a split of a 4-game set with the Nationals in the nation's capital. John Lester gets the ball for the Northsiders. Will be opposed by Joe Ross. First pitch comes your way just after the top of the hour here on CSN. Hello, welcome in to Cubs Pregame Live, presented by the Fields Auto Group. He's David DeJesus. I'm David Kaplan. What a weird day for the Cubs on Wednesday. Miguel Montero was DFA'd. The team visited the White House. Chris Bryant rolled his ankle after making a routine catch of a pop-up. And the loss to the Nationals saw 3 more home runs off John Lackey. But the good thing about baseball is there's always another game.
Yeah, that day is done. That was a tough day for Cubs players because you're getting all these questions asked about, Montero and everything like that. So it's good to move away from that. Now you can focus on getting Joe Ross today.
Yep, see if you can get this guy who's not Strasburg and not Scherzer for sure, or Gio Gonzalez. Almost time to get interactive with our show. Get your mobile, laptop, or tablet ready. Head to csnchicago.com/vote. Just a few minutes. We'll bring you our live fan vote. All right, the biggest on-the-field headline from yesterday, Chris Bryant leaving the game early after rolling his ankle. Well, we've got some good news about it. Bryant told reporters the ankle feels much better. He's optimistic he won't need to head to the disabled list. Here's Joe Madden on the reigning MVP.
We're not applying any kind of finish line to it. I saw him walk on the bus. I thought it was encouraging to see that. I honestly don't know. Just got to give us a couple days and try to figure it out at that point. But I don't know anything more. He's had things like this in the past, so let's just play it day by day and see what happens as of right now. When you sprain your ankle, it doesn't just get better overnight. I've had them. We've all had them. So, but I guess he's come back from these things rather quickly in the past. So we'll see. By the end of the week, by the weekend, we'll obviously know a lot more.
All right, I've broken my ankle, I've sprained my ankle, and I didn't play in the big leagues. You did.
Yeah.
What's it like trying to come back from that at this level? It's a whole lot different than me playing in a rec league with a bunch of overweight 50-year-olds like me.
It's good that he at least rolled it before, so it's not that first time where those ligaments are all first getting stretched out. They're stretched out already, so they have the ability to bounce back, and I expect this to be 3 or 4 games, and then because it's all about using his now being able to go side to side, go up and back, start and stop. So that's going to be the big test for him. Once he can do that, he can get back on the field.
All right, let's talk about John Lackey. He was not good last night. Lackey just isn't the same guy he was even a couple years ago in St. Louis. There's a hanger, and that one is smoked by Anthony Rendon. Lackey just looking around like, where is that going? And then there's another one as they go back to back. That ball was smoked on the line.
Yeah, and look at the reaction. He's like, how does that leave? It leaves because you missed your spot. Those spots are down the middle, over the plate. As a hitter, that's what you're looking for, something out over the plate. And these guys are really good hitters, hot hitters right now, and they're not missing the ball.
All right, look at these numbers. Let's compare last year to this year. ERA for starting pitching through 78 games of the season. Look at that, 452 to 254. 426 to 492. That's 70 more innings almost in terms of workload on your bullpen. Home runs, 22 more home runs. Quality starts, look at that number, 54 to 31. And that all ends up putting more pressure on the offense. Guys start to press, more pressure on the bullpen. Guys get exhausted, and it all has transpired to have a 39-39 record.
That was an historic year last year, and you'd think there'd be some decline, but
not to that degree.
This is 2 points. There's 20 more homers. I mean, these guys are missing over the plate. I don't know if it's the extended year, less off season. There's a lot of factors could be in there, but they're not getting the job done. That's what the numbers say.
The numbers don't lie. Time for our Miller Lite Cubs fan poll. The vote, visit csnchicago.com/vote. You do not need a special app. Just visit that website. You can get interactive with David and with me. Today's question for you is, where's your level of concern now with the Cubs? Your choices are low, medium, or high? All right, as a former player, you had a process. You showed up every day, and you went through your process. You did your scouting report. You faced the pitcher, and the game ended. You got ready for tomorrow. Yeah. Did you ever feel, oh, boy, we're panicked, when you were expected to be on a team that contended?
No. Each and every day is you're worried about that game that day. But now looking back on it, as from this chair now,
you can see it.
You can see it. You can see there's a little bit
So you understand now fans who are like, what's going on here, where you're just locked in on that game.
That game. Yeah. So now I'm starting to see, I get the panic because, but the thing is, they're in a division that they're, 3 games out of first place. So that keeps them, or 1 game out?
1 game.
Oh, they're right there.
You win today, you are tied for first.
I mean, you're right in the mix of everything. So there should be, I would say medium. I'll go medium. For the fans. Okay. That's for the fans only.
Right. Yeah. Like, for me, I still have level of concern. Now, if you ask me where's my level of concern that they can win the World Series, yeah, I'd say high. Because I still think they don't have enough in terms of starting pitching. I think they need to get a leadoff guy if they're going to win the World Series. Yeah. Now, could they turn it on? Yes. But in terms of getting to the playoffs, winning the division, I'm still at a low. It's 1 game. That's it.
And it's the Brewers still. These guys aren't proven for the long haul. They have had good starts. Travis Shaw has been a great pickup for them. But this is a 162-game season. You got to play it out. And the Cubs have guys that have been in that situation before. So experience trumps a lot of stuff.
I'm with you. Time for our bona fide starting pitchers, brought to you by Bona Beach. We've got a Lester-Ross combination, but not the one Cubs fans are used to. John Lester gets to start against Washington's Joe Ross today. More on Joe Ross in a moment. Lester enters today's game with a record of 5-4, an ERA of 3.83. Last time out against the Marlins, he hit up a 3-run home run in the first inning. Of course he did. Then settled in to get the win, going 7 strong, picking up his 3rd straight quality start. I just want to see the Cubs get through a first inning without looking up and going, we're 2-0, 3-0 in the hole already.
And it seems like that's been the case this whole season, especially this road trip. They're down early. Their offense has some big games to pick them back up. But Lester hasn't been good on the road this year. He has a 5.49, and he's averaging a little bit over 5 innings every start. So he's got to be dominant today. He's the reason why he's the number 1. You got to go out there, rely on him to go out there, have a quality start, and get the offense to, because Joe Ross is going to miss some stuff over the plate. Yep,
offense has got to just relax, let Lester do his deal, and then put up some runs. As for Joe Ross, 4-3 with an ERA of 5.40 this season. He's been the beneficiary of some good offense by the Nationals. 4 times this season, his offense has scored 10 runs or more in one of his starts, including his last outing when he pitched 7 strong innings in an 18-3 victory over the Cincinnati Reds. Joe Ross has decent stuff. But Joe Ross is not like, oh my God, like Max Scherzer.
He's not like these guys the last 2 days.
Have you faced him?
Joe Ross, no, I haven't. I faced the other 2 guys, and those guys are studs. This guy's a young and upcoming. He's learning from the 2 best in the game, but he's been up and down so far. You know, he has a 5 ERA, and his last 2 outings he's pitched well, but before that he's given up 8, 9 earned runs each start. So you don't know what you're going to get from him, but he leaves a lot of sliders over the plate. So the Cubs left-handed hitters have to be ready to hit that ball.
All right. Our starting lineups presented by the Illinois Office of Tourism. Illinois, are you up for amazing? All right, John Jay's going to lead off tonight. Happ is in the 2-hole in right. Rizzo in the 3-hole, back where he usually is. Contreras in the 4-hole. Addison Russell at short in the 5. Good to see Addy back. Jamer Candelario at 3rd. Albert Almora in center. Javi Baez is at 2nd, and John Lester bats 9th, and he will pitch for the Chicago Cubs of Joe Madden. 8 of the 9 home runs that Wilson Contreras has hit on the road. Jose Abreu on the White Sox has no home runs this year at Guaranteed Rate Field. Crazy numbers.
This is weird. Jose Abreu is a legitimate home run threat each time he's up, and especially at a guaranteed rate. Yeah. That's a place where you're going as a visitor. You're like, yes, Chicago White Sox
got a chance to hit a home run.
Go.
No question.
Man.
All right, good to see Addison Russell back in the starting lineup after he left Sunday's game with a sore shoulder. His bat was starting to come around before he suffered the injury down in Miami. Shoulder just wasn't right. They've done some therapy on it, and they say there's no long-term problem. and hopefully he can be out there and play pretty good baseball because his bat is desperately needed. It looked like it was rounding into form.
Yeah, in the Miami series, had a big game, a 4-hit game there, and it looked like he was about to start breaking out. And with him, it's just being able to trust himself to use the whole field, like we talk about a lot here. Using the whole field makes you a complete hitter. You get to trust your hands, let the ball travel. There's so much to being able to hit the ball the other way, and it comes down to trust, and it looked like he's starting to gain that trust, and it's just a process, little by little, each and every game.
Yeah, that's a long home run that he hit against the Miami Marlins. All right, Jamer Candelario gets to start at third in place of the injured Chris Bryant. He's batting just $138 in very limited duty this year. One of two guys in the starting lineup who began the year at Iowa, the other being Ian Happ. Plus, there are two more rookies on the bench today in Victor Caratini and Mark Zagunis. For a team, David, that won the World Series, you've got a number of guys that aren't there. No Ben Zobrist, World Series MVP. No Jason Hayward. No Kyle Hendricks. I mean, you got guys banged up all over the place here.
And that gives you hope for the second half. These guys are going to come back healthy. And if you can get some guys clicking in front of them, if you insert a Hayward, a Zobrist, that lengthens the lineup. The team looks a lot better. So if these young guys can hold themselves until that time, they'll be okay.
Stay afloat.
Yes.
All right, here's Dusty Baker's lineup card he'll bring out to home plate. Trey Turner, the speedster, 30-plus steals at short. Brian Rayburn in left. Harper in right. Ryan Zimmerman at first. Daniel Murphy, that guy's an awesome hitter, second. Anthony Rendon at third. Matt Wieters catches. Michael Taylor's in center. And Joe Ross, the 9-hole. He is your pitcher. Let's talk about Matt Wieters. This is the guy the Cubs wanted to draft a long time ago. He ended up in Baltimore, then had a Tommy John procedure, and now he's a pretty solid guy for the Nationals, and this is one of the best players in the game. To watch Bryce Harper hit, this guy is a treat.
I mean, just watching him, he's like a snake. When he crouches down, he gets ready, and he tries to hit the ball out every time. And he, as an outfielder playing against him, when he swung, you were always moving because this guy, you don't know where this ball is going to take off, and it's going to have trajectory on it as well.
And in your brief time with the Nationals, you said you would see him in the clubhouse getting ready, putting gel in his hair, and you're like, dude, you're putting a hat on. He likes his hair.
Kid loves his hair.
He loves his hair. Yeah, wait till it's coming your way.
It's right there, baby.
We've got to take our first time out of Cubs Pregame Live presented by the Fields Auto. When we come back, we have a special guest on our show. Hall of Famer Fergie Jenkins joins us on set to talk about pitching and what would have happened back in his day if teammates sounded off like Miguel Montero did about Jake Arrieta. And it's 22 minutes to the start of the game. Still time to give Felco a call, 866-4-FELDCL.
Cubs Pregame Live is presented by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter. See Fields first. FieldsAuto.com.
At Fields, we're known for our complimentary loaners, and now you can take a loaner home and keep it.
It's Fields' first ever loaner sales event.
Every current low-mileage, hand-picked, and pampered loaner will be sold or leased for less, like this.
During the Drive and Discover event, you can lease a new 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited for only $187 per month for 36 months at Fields Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Glenview.
They give you a great price, but the key is service, service, service.
It's Fields' first ever loaner sales event.
Fields Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
In our pizza family, you get bigger, better ingredients
for less dough.
Get Papa John's XXL Pizza, loaded with oversized and traditional Italian sausage and huge deli-style pepperoni. Only $12.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Who provides the best entertainment and internet experience? Best in-home Wi-Fi experience? Lets you stream on 5 devices at once? Brings you Netflix on X1 and 75 megabits per second in the most popular packages? No question. Xfinity stacks up where AT&T doesn't. Get all these great reliable features and fast internet for an incredible price. Get up to 75 megabits per second download speed. Compare that to AT&T. And get X1 and voice for $30 each for 1 year when you bundle all three. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Inside the rack houses of Jim Beam, thousands of barrels lay silent. But that doesn't mean they lay idle. In fact, inside each and every Jim Beam barrel, the bourbon is aging, building a fuller, smoother flavor that only comes from being aged 4 long years. At Jim Beam, our history's made from the inside. How will you make yours?
Being a fan is hard. We make it easier at SportsGrade.com with officially licensed MLB gear and VIP golden ticket experiences delivered right to your door. Join the club at SportsGrade.com today.
I like it sweet.
I like it hot.
Red gravy.
Baptize it.
Make it cheesy.
Make it hurt.
North side.
South side.
There's one thing
both sides agree on.
Bona beef.
Bona, a Chicago original. The official Italian beef on both sides of town.
You don't have to sacrifice taste to stay in the game. Miller Lite, always brewed to have more taste and be less filling. Miller Lite, hold true.
Dare to live in full color with Blue Man Group's spectacular collision of comedy, theater, rock concert, and dance party all rolled into one. Catch our boys in blue at Briar Street Theater. Call 800-BLUE-MAN or visit blueman.com. Welcome back to Cubs Pregame Live, presented by our friends at the Fields Auto Group. We're happy to be joined by a Hall of Famer, our guy, Fergie Jenkins. So great to see you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
All right, so this team last year wins the World Series. You've got a ring right there on your hand, which is awesome. Baby. And this year, they just haven't been able to get the engine to fire. 39-39. What's your take on this team?
It's all about the pitching. Their pitching has been really slow,
spotty,
down. They haven't won consistently, and by far they haven't put any series together. And that's what they did last year. They'd win 7 or 8 games in a row, lose one, another 7 or 8. And winning series is what you got to try to do.
Yeah, for sure. And what do you see the differences nowadays, pitching-wise, with this going 6 innings, getting taken out, and then you bring your bullpen in? What's your thought?
You had like 200 innings at the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Yeah. The pitch count is probably hurt the ball club in some respect. They're not getting ahead of the hitters. Hitters are getting a lot more hits early. They're giving up runs early. And that's something that the team's got to battle back. If you give up runs in the first 2 or 3 innings, now you got to hope that you can, by far, get back into the game by the 5th or 6th inning. If you wait till the 7th or 8th, they're bringing their top guns in there. Their holder and the closer, and the game's over.
Yeah. All right, so if you were a teammate, you were a pitcher, and they stole some bases, you were a little slow to home, and your catcher went to the media and just blasted you, what would you do?
I feel embarrassed for him because he's embarrassed because of the fact that he's got to try to throw these runners out, and it's my mistake because they're stealing on me, not on the catcher.
Yeah. So you would say to him, I get where you're coming from.
Oh, definitely, and I got to try to improve that.
Yeah.
I got to work on it. I mean, now with the 5-man or 6-man rotation you got plenty of time in between starts to work on something, and that by far can definitely help, I think, the ball club, because when they steal that many bases, you got that many base runners on, you're in trouble a lot.
Yeah. Would a teammate have yours in your day have sounded off like that, or no chance?
No chance.
No shot.
We'd have talked about it, Randy or Ronnie, after the ball game in the dressing room.
So the leader of the team would bring it up to the whole team, or just to...
Ronnie was the captain of the ball club. He would bring it up, probably to me and Randy, or he would just get in front of me and say, hey, Ferg, you got to do something better, man. These guys are stealing on you. So that would be in my head for the next start. I got to pitch a lot better, not getting as many men on base, and by far I got to throw over more. Throwing over, we had a couple of signs for throw over. Maybe shorten the guy up at first base because you know he's going.
Yeah.
You also were telling us in the green room, you'd be in a game against Bob Gibson. Cubs are down 1-0. It's the 8th, and Leo would say, you're going to hit. Do you feel good?
Yes.
You'd never see that today.
No. By far. I'd have maybe 120 pitches, but I still was in control of the game. He let me hit because he said, hey, we're going to tie this ball game or win in the bottom of the 9th.
Was there a number that that in the pitch count that would be like, all right, now I know, like 150, 160, or what is it?
I'm not sure. You know, there were a lot of games that I know I had more than 120 pitches to win a ball game and to complete a ball game.
Yeah.
I think one time I might have been close to maybe 100 for a 9-inning ball game and win maybe 2-1 or maybe 2-0.
I was looking, I knew you were coming in, so I go on and look at pitch counts of different pitchers. There was a game, I think it was Nolan Ryan against Luis Tiant, your era.
Right.
And Tiant threw 190. Ryan threw 240 in the ballgame. It went to extra innings.
Right.
And Nolan's I threw 160 pitches a lot. He would throw between starts and work out after every game.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's just part. The game is different now. I think because of the fact that these young men are protected, They make so much money, and agents don't want their client to get hurt, and the manager doesn't want to hurt them either, especially the ball club. The ball club hurts a player, that agent is on them, big time. But I think you're in really good shape. By now, it's 2.5, 3 months into the season. You should be able to complete a ball game because you've thrown enough.
Denny McClain was on a radio show with me, and he said that Mayo Smith was his manager with Detroit. And his rule was, if you're going to be in my rotation, you must complete at least one start before you broke spring training.
Right. I did that too with Leo. Yep.
You
might
never would see that now.
No. I throw 3 innings, then 4, then 5, and probably the last or so start, I try to complete a ball game.
Unbelievable.
Cool.
So opening day, I was fit enough to do that. But I ran all the time. And that's another thing. That these young men really don't run a lot, and they work in the weight room a lot. There's nothing wrong with it. If you like to do that, fine. But we didn't have a weight room. If we had to work out on weights, we had to go to a health club. We didn't have it.
So you would run foul line to foul line.
Yeah. Foul line to foul line. 20 every day in spring training, and then during the season, maybe 15. We ran a lot.
Yeah. The other thing that you were telling us that was funny, guy will be winning 4-1 through 7. He's throwing 100 pitches, and now he's coming out. Bullpen might give it up, and you were saying, when I pitched, I'm finishing that game.
Yeah, I would go to Joe Becker or Robin Roberts, the pitching coach, and say, hey, I'm fine. Hey, I'm here to win this ball game. I'd like to continue pitching in the game. And Leo would say, hey, big fella, it's your game to win or lose, like that.
Crazy.
That's cool when a coach trusts you that much.
Oh, totally.
Have that
it's a confidence level.
Yeah.
And I think it's happening now, too. But I just think that the scenario you see it, when they get to 90 pitches, the bullpen starts to warm up.
Heat them up. Let's go. Thank you for being here.
Thanks
Pleasure.
a lot.
It's our guy. He's the Hall of Famer, Fergie Jenkins. All right, we're going to take our final timeout, presented by the Fields Auto Group. We come back. Keys to the game. We'll each pick our key performers. I've closed the gap to 10-8. Be right back.
This Cubs injury report is brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, taking physical therapy to a higher level. Ask your doctor about ATI Physical Therapy. Get there.
$1 window siding and door installation, 102 Pine Street.
Let's go, guys.
It's Feldco to the rescue with $1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors. Plus, no interest for 1 year. It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year.
That's $1.
$1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors.
Hurry, $1 installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
I like it sweet.
I like it hot.
Red gravy.
Baptize it.
Make it cheesy.
Make it hurt.
North side.
South side.
There's one thing both sides agree on.
Bona beef.
Bona, a Chicago original. The official Italian beef on both sides of town.
Hey, I thought you were choosing the flute.
Everyone's doing flute.
Buick now has an SUV for that.
Where's your brother?
Hey, Mom, it's a tuba.
Buick Enclave, one of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick.
Get this low-mileage lease on this 2017 Buick Enclave for around $329 per month. Plus, current non-GM lessees can get $1,500 additional lease cash.
Sure, the BMW X3 can blast over snowy mountains, kick up dust trails in the desert, or wade through oceans of mud. But with looks like these, sometimes you just want to keep it clean. And there's nothing wrong with that. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Lease a BMW X3 for as low as $419 a month.
Cubs are 17-17 at Nationals Park since it opened back in 2008. Northsiders look to go above 500 at the ballpark with a win today in the series finale. Len and Jim have to call the action coming up a couple minutes right here on CSN. Man, welcome back. Cubs Pregame Live presented by our great partners at the Fields Auto Group. Earlier in the show, we asked where your level of concern was with the Chicago Cubs, and here is what you said. Take a look at the numbers there. 41% say their level of concern is high. I'm still the low to medium.
Yeah, medium.
More to like kind of low medium.
Yeah. Not high. Not high.
Not high. Now, if you told me they were 6 back, different story.
Exactly.
We'll see. All right, time for our Fields Auto Group. Keys to today's game. Beast versus the East.
I mean, this guy is 3-0 versus the NL East right now, and a lot of the national hitters don't have a lot of experience against him. So he's going to use that cutter, keep the ball down in the zone, and get through that first inning. The first inning has been a problem for him this season. Get through the first, and then you can start rolling from there.
All right, then you look at the second key, left-hand dominance.
Yeah, Joe Ross, lefties are hitting 321 off him with a 947 OPS.
Huge.
That's huge. And then the leadoff hitters hitting 448 off him this season. So expect that top of the order to get things going and score some runs early.
All right, our key performers for today's game. David has 10 wins. I have 8 on the season, but I think I've won like 5 in a row.
Hot.
I get to go first. I'm going to go Anthony Rizzo.
Great pick. I'm just going to go off my numbers here. John Jay, let's go.
All right.
Big battle.
We'll see how it works out. Thank you for watching our pregame show. Don't forget, Cubs and Nationals are coming up with Len and JD, and then we will be right back as soon as this game goes final, and we'll have the postgame show for you. A gorgeous day for baseball in the nation's capital. Cubs trying to split this series. They're also 8-8 on an extended long road run through this month. We'll see how things work out for the Cubbies today. Cubs pregame live presented by the Fields Auto Group. It's John Lester. It's Joe Ross. We will see you on the other side after the ball game. Be right back then. See you.
At Fields, we're known for our complimentary loaners. Hello, I'm Dan Fields, and now you can take a loaner home and keep it.
It's Fields' first ever loaner sales event.
Every current low-mileage, hand-picked, and pampered loaner will be sold or leased for less, like this.
And now at Fields BMW Northfield, get 0% APR financing for 36 to 72 months on every BMW loaner in stock.
Well, first of all, you don't have the depreciation, and they've always made me a great deal.
Fields' first ever loaner sales event.
I don't take breaks, I'm rebuilding. Blow up on the track, reinventing. Had to build it back, now I'm better.
Come and see our remodeled stores when you carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each every day.
To be in the Express, you gotta be able to ride. And I mean really ride.
Jack, wait.
Ma, I ain't no boy no more.
You don't know what's out there. It's dangerous.
This is something I have to do, Ma. But the job only calls to a man who has what it takes.
You take this, and you go west as fast as you can.
Think we'll see him again, Ma?
I reckon.
How can you be so sure?
Because west is that way.
La Quinta presents How to Win at Business. Step 1. Point decisively with the arm of your glasses. Abracadabra, the stage is yours. Step 2. Choose La Quinta, the only hotel where you can redeem loyalty points for a free night instantly and win at business.
Inside the rack houses of Jim Beam, every barrel's aged 4 long years for a fuller, smoother flavor. Our history's made from the inside. How will you make yours?
KFC's new Spicy Crispy Zinger Chicken Sandwich is now available in a $5 fill-up. Because who wants to spend $7 on a meal at a burger place when you can spend $5 on a meal at KFC? You need another reason? I didn't think so. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. It is the fourth and final game of this series here in Washington, D.C. The Cubs with a win today could get a split and a 4-4 road trip through 8. Great to have you with us today here on CSN. Jim DeShays, Len Casper. We head off to Cincinnati after this one today, and the Cubs still within one of the division, even though they're at 500. And in a lot of ways, JD, it's a battle of attrition in a 162-game schedule, and we're going to illustrate that today.
Yeah, Joe Madden has used a lot of different lineups, part of that by design because he's got a lot of flexible players, guys that he can move along, but also due to injuries and poor production, they've had a lot of changes. You see the opening day alignment, and then we'll flash forward to what you will see on the field here this afternoon, and you'll note a completely different outfield with Schwarber in the minor leagues, Overton, Hayward hurt. Chris Bryant twisting the ankle last night means Jamer Candelario gets a start at third base.
And John Lester, who did start opening night in St. Louis, will take the ball today. Chris Bryant with the ankle considered day-to-day, hopefully will avoid the disabled list. We have Cubs baseball coming up from Washington. It'll be the lefty Lester to try to stop this quick two-game skid. Joe Ross, a right-hander for the Nats.
How would you sum up this car in one word?
Swanky.
Sexy. Sexy.
Luxurious.
Classy. Fast. Sporty. Sharp. Innovative. Sleek luxury sedan.
Okay, that's more than one word.
This is the 2017 Chevy Malibu.
That's
impressive.
Where's the local dealer around here?
Or qualified lessees can get this well-equipped Chevy Malibu for around $199 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
At Fields, we're known for our complimentary loaners, and now you can take a loaner home and keep it.
It's Fields' first ever loaner sales event.
Every current low-mileage, hand-picked, and pampered loaner will be sold or leased for less, like this.
During the Drive and Discover event, you can lease a new 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited for only $187 per month for 36 months at Fields Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Glenview.
They give you a great price, but the key is service, service, service.
It's Fields' first ever loaner sales event.
Fields Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by Lexus, who encourages you to experience amazing. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, who invites you to go further in their fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Menards, save big money at Menards. And Southwest Airlines, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
Back here in Washington, D.C., it is hot. Might hit the 90s this afternoon, and that's okay, though. You know, the last few days we've been in the low 80s, upper 70s. So one hot day is certainly palatable. You know, the umpires for you today, Chad Fairchild back of the plate, David Rackley, Larry Vanover, the crew chief, and Tim Timmons will work the bases on this late Thursday afternoon. And here's how the 39 and 39 Cubs will line up, brought to you by Southwest. Jay, Hap, Rizzo. Hey, Jay Hap's in the lineup.
There you
go. Contreras, Russell, Candelario in the middle. Almora, Baez, pitcher batting ninth today, and that is John Lester.
Dusty Baker sending the Nationals to the field. Very similar look to what we've seen the first three games of this series. One change out there in left field. Ryan Rayburn gets a start today for Brian Goodwin. Michael Taylor center. Bryce Harper is in right. Rendon, Turner, Murphy, Zimmerman. Pretty much out there every day on the infield. Matt Wieters has caught every game of this series. And Alexis starting pitcher for the Nationals is the 24-year-old right-hander Joe Ross. He's made 10 starts. He's won 4 times, lost 3, 5.40 ERA for Ross. When he's on his game, more of a sinker, slider, ground ball guy, but he's had some issues with the long ball this year. He's allowed 12 home runs in only 56 2/3 innings of work.
The leadoff man is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If John Jay gets a hit to start the game, Benny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. So Cubs 39 up, 39 down at the 500 mark for the 16th time already this season. They're just one back of first place Milwaukee. The Nationals have a 9.5 game lead in the National League East. They're 47-31.
The Cubs currently 8-8 now on this stretch of 20 games, in which 17 will be played away from Wrigley Field.
Sinking fastball is on the outside corner for a strike from Joe Ross to get us started.
And although 8-8 is pretty much the definition of mediocre, given the injury issues and some of the other things going on with this ball club, I would say if you play 500 during this stretch, that's okay.
89 degrees. One and two on John Jay.
Yeah, you see a lot of different numbers on the velocity numbers for Ross. He'll go from 88 to 94 with that heater. Typically around 92. Tries to sink it. He'll bore it in on the hands of a right-handed hitter. He also throws a lot of sliders. There's a dandy there.
Well, the strikeout was the out du jour for Game 3. 15 of the 27 Cub outs were strikeouts.
Yeah, if he's got that pitch working and he's getting that good downward tilt on it, he can be awfully tough. Usually the big challenge for him is the second or third time through the batting order, because he's basically a two-pitch pitcher. He has a changeup, doesn't use it very much, and it has not been very effective.
Off the inside on Ian Happ. Anthony Rizzo's not in the leadoff spot today. It does not mean that experiment is over. It's more about Chris Bryant not in the lineup today, and Joe wanted to get Rizzo into the middle of the order. 1-1 the count. There's Anthony on deck. Swing and a miss. Boy, he's got a lot of movement on all of his pitches here early.
Yeah, he reminds me a little bit of Francisco Liriano with his east to west game. Sinker going one way, slider the other, although he doesn't have the off-speed pitch that Liriano has.
Ross was not on their opening day roster. Twice he has been brought up from the minor leagues. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a tough sun day today, so Wilson Contreras getting ready.
Putting on the war paint. Ross made his major league debut here against the Cubs back in 2015. Went 7-5 last year with a .343, making 19 starts.
Missed a bunch of time last year due to right shoulder inflammation, about 2.5 months. Foul tip for strike three. And what would you have given to get the run support Joe Ross has gotten?
Yeah, he's been out there on the right day, hasn't he?
He has made 10 starts this season. 6 times the Nationals have scored 10 with him on the mound. His first 4 starts, this is the support he's gotten: 14, 15, 23, 10. And in 3 of the 6 starts in which his teammates have put up double digits, he has not gotten a win. A couple of times was unable to get through 5 innings. 1-1 to Rizzo.
That was the changeup there. Just about everybody in the Cubs lineup better against left-handed pitching than right.
Hit into the right field corner. So Rizzo not the leadoff man today, but he does reach in his first plate appearance. 2-out double.
That'll play. After a couple of punch outs, solid contact here from Rizzo and an RBI opportunity for Contreras. Looking to send John Lester to the mound in the bottom of the first with a lead.
Wilson in the cleanup spot. 3 out of 8 in the series with 2 home runs. One of those was a leadoff homer. And the Cubs are going to grab the lead. Rizzo will score. Contreras trying to make second. He's got to hurry, and he is going to be out. But the run will score. So Rizzo crossed the plate before Contreras was tagged out at second base. Joe Madden wants to make sure the call was correct.
It looked like he was going to be out easily. Maybe a little swim move there allowed him to sneak in. We'll see. Throws there in plenty of time. And
I think even if he didn't get him at first, he was off the bag.
Let's see. Yeah.
After he touched right there, I think he's out.
Wilson was making his case to the dugout as he was still trying to finish the slide. Look, as he's reaching back with his left hand, he's pointing to the dugout.
Cubs
will
not
going to take a look.
Yeah, he got in, but it's right.
Safe, he's safe, he's safe, he's safe.
There.
He's out.
He's out. So the Cubs score once with 2 outs, and the Nationals coming up when we return.
I hate everything.
Well, you're really going to hate the new iPad Pro because you can do pretty much everything with it, like type.
Hate it.
Or take notes.
Hate it.
Or even multitask.
Multi-hate.
Yeah. You can do all the things you hate.
Great.
You want to know the secret to victory? Fail to make the varsity team.
Start your career as a walk-on.
Take a perfect team and blow a perfect season.
Spend 108 years as a lovable loser.
Be on the wrong side of the biggest upset in your sport.
You really want to know the secret to victory.
Heartbreak for Matt Ryan, who is in utter disbelief.
Defeat. Make defeat your fuel.
Welcome. It's me, the Extra Crispy Colonel. My Extra Crispy $20 fill-up feeds a family of 4. It's crunchy, juicy, and oh so tasty. KFC, it's extra crispy good.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is on.
It's gonna work, I promise you. We can figure this out.
A little help?
Hold on, Mom. No, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. It's not a question, it's a thing.
Take on summer right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now with summer's hottest offer. Get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Now get an Edge or Escape with 0% for 72 months plus $1,000 trade assist. Or get $5,062 total savings on Escape.
Nationals leading the National League in just about every offensive category. They didn't score until the 9th inning on Monday night, but gave the Cubs a scare in a 5-4 loss, 6-1 on Tuesday, and then an 8-4 Washington win last night. Their Southwest starting lineup looks pretty similar. One significant change with the left-hander Lester on the mound. Ryan Rayburn, a right-handed batter, will play left and hit between Turner and Harper. And the Cubs opening day starter John Lester ready to work with a 1-0 lead against the speedy Trey Turner. And a called strike.
John is the Lexus starting pitcher here today for the Cubs. Lexus experience amazing. 5 up, 4 down, 3.83 ERA for the veteran left-hander. He was most impressive in his last start against the Marlins. Gave up a three-run home run in the first inning and then nothing the rest of the way. Well, not literally nothing. He gave up a couple hits but no runs in a 7-inning outing.
Turner, a guy you want to keep off the bases today. Got 5 steals in the series.
So you pinch at the corners. He doesn't bunt much. That's an area of his game that he could upgrade, just the ability to drop a bunt down and use his speed.
Leadoff walk. For a guy tied for the major league lead in steals.
He's got 33 of them. He's been caught 5 times. Defensively, the Cubs are positioned thusly. Jay Almora Jr. and Happ in the outfield. Candelario at third. Welcome back, Addison Russell short. Baez Rizzo on the right side. Contreras does such a good job shutting down the running game. He is behind the plate.
Well, the veteran Ryan Rayburn with his first action in the series. Parts of 11 major league seasons. They got him from the White Sox in a minor league deal about a month ago.
Well, they got him at a good time because it's an odd numbered year. When you look at his year-by-year stats, it's amazing the difference what he does during the odd seasons and the even seasons. There's no rhyme, no reason, no way to explain it. It's just kind of fun to look at. It kind of swings like 80 points to 100 points in terms of batting average. There's a big lead from Turner.
Not going, and Rayburn taps foul. The Nationals wearing their Stars and Stripes logo to unis today. We've got a red, white, and blue matchup. Lester already working up a lather. Real hot. Sun a factor here for the guys on the right side in the late afternoon hours. Throw to first late.
Wilson Contreras making his presence known. Pick Turner off here in the game 1 of the series.
It looks like he's going.
Inching and inching and inching, and Anthony's saying, come on, bring it on.
Contreras nailing Turner. A little too far from shore on Monday. But then he came back, stole 4 bases the next night. I think if John does throw over there, Turner's going to go to second. Rayburn strikes out.
And so the key is, and John, he picked Tommy Pham off in a start against the Cardinals back on June 3rd. And I think that got everybody in the baseball world's attention because everybody knows he doesn't throw to first. But that time he did, and he picked off Pham. So now the narrative has changed a little bit about his willingness to throw over. The one thing that hasn't changed is it's not easy to run against John Lester. That we've, despite his unwillingness to throw over and the kind of the yips he deals with, this tandem of Lester and Contreras are way above average in shutting down the running game.
Bryce Harper now 5 hits in the first 3 games. Two doubles, bases loaded walk, knocked in 2 in the game last night. One ball, no strikes.
Cubs have won each of John's last 3 starts and 4 of his last 5.
That looked like a better pitch than the first one, and he didn't get either.
Seems like a guy named Fairchild would be a little more fair than that. The batting average against left-handers right there with what he does against righties. The power neutralized a good bit.
Fouled away. That's Gary Thurman, the Nationals outfield and base running coordinator. Davey Lopes had to leave the team yesterday due to a family emergency, so their assistant hitting coach Jock Jones was at first last night, and Thurman has now joined the club. Swing and a miss, 2-2 on Harper. Ryan Zimmerman is on deck.
That fastball go up at 95 miles per hour. That's not somewhere we normally see, John. If you've been watching this series, that's been the case. There's a hot gun here.
Turner runs. Contreras can't get him. Good backup by Baez, who tried to beat Turner. That didn't work. He's got his 6th steal of the series, and that's his major league leading new career high 34th steal.
They had the aggressive lead, got a very nice jump, and his running technique is interesting, right? The upper body lean forward like a sprinter going to the wire. And not an easy pitch to throw on either for Contreras. He had to reach and then reach over to pull the ball out. And it takes a little time, and it had to hurry his throw, and it was offline.
And as you saw in that graphic earlier, he's 10 out of 10 stealing third. So he might not be done trying just yet. Well, that pitch cast look tells you everything you need to know about John Lester. Down, down, down.
Obviously a higher risk play to try to steal third base with a left-handed hitter in the box. And a lot of hitters would prefer that base runner not run in this situation, especially with 2 strikes. It can be a little disconcerting.
Contreras will head out for a brief chat. I want to wish a big happy birthday to our director Skip Ellison. Our stage manager Tracy Roberts also celebrating a birthday today.
I can't wait until the birthday hot dogs get here.
3-2 again, missed inside. He's walked 2 here in the first. And it'll bring up.
And Turner just tried to steal third base, and he's out.
Wow. I was marking my scorecard.
Yeah, he pulled the delayed steal second base the other day, and here he's just trying to time Contreras' throw back to the mound. Wow. That's the old Little League attempt right there. Watch the body language. He kind of acts like he's going back to the base, and he's just trying to time Contreras' flip back to the mound, knowing that once it gets to John, he's not likely to turn around and make an aggressive throw to third base. So not a bad idea on the part of Turner. Good heads-up play by Contreras.
And Turner's so fast, he almost beat that throw, even though it looked like he should have been out by 20 feet. That'll get into the right field corner. Harper on his way to third. Bob Henley says go. Relay throw is in time, but it gets away from Contreras, and we're tied at 1. Ryan Zimmerman ties the game. On either a double or a triple. It's 1-1.
I don't see Zimmerman shoot the ball into right field very often like this. Harper with a great jump. Henley with an aggressive send. Henley, for the most part in this series, has been a little cautious at third base, but he gives Harper the green light here. And yeah, had Contreras handled this throw, he's likely out. That's ruled a double for Zimmerman. That's a tough play for a catcher with the ball coming from the right side of the field. You kind of can see the base runner coming down the line, can kind of feel his presence, not sure exactly how much time he has. He's trying to set up to make the tag.
(2-0) on Daniel Murphy. Well, we'll never know if the same sequence would have occurred after Contreras threw out Turner, what might have saved another run. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Big leg kick and the pitch. Another borderline 3-1. Rendon on deck. Here it comes. Bounced foul to the pull side. 3-2.
Murphy, just an outstanding big league hitter. Bit of a late bloomer, but he's turned into a superstar. After all that work down, does it make sense to take a shot up? Not likely with Lester. Yeah, more likely. That's called keeping it out of the happy zone. Everything down around the knees and one up above the hands. Murphy able to be quick enough to spoil that elevated heater.
Cued off the end of the bat. Candelario will pick it up and get it to Rizzo in time. 2 walks, a steal, a caught stealing, and then an RBI double. 1-1.
Our way is different from the rest. We believe together. We dream together. We live together. No matter the odds, the obstacles, we will thrive. We will overcome, and we will rise. We know how to win, and we've tasted success. We are more than fans. We are timeless.
In our pizza family, you get bigger, better ingredients
for less dough.
Get Papa John's XXL Pizza, loaded with oversized and traditional Italian sausage and huge deli-style pepperoni. Only $12.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy combines German-style Weiss beer with the taste of natural lemonade. It's as refreshing as refreshment gets. Leinenkugel's. Welcome to the Leinie side.
Hi, Lauren. My husband has been driving his Honda Accord for quite a while, and we think it's time for something new.
Now's the best time to get a great deal on the 2017 Honda Accord. Name one of Car and Driver's 10 best 31 times.
That's nice. But you know how much I love driving my baby.
Even though it gets great mileage and a rear view camera comes standard?
Well, life is about moving on. Let's test drive this beauty.
Find the perfect Accord for you at the Honda Perfect Accord sales event happening right now at your local Honda dealer.
I don't own the apartment building, but the right out front is mine. And everything inside, like my office and my library, my studio. I've worked hard to get all of it. And I just
want to be sure it's all protected with auto and renter's insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here.
Here to help life go right. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm.
Celebrate Independence Day at Wrigley Field when the Cubs take on the Rays at 1:20. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Cubs Camo Barbecue Mitt presented by Magellan. For more information, visit Cubs.com.
So another first inning run allowed by the Cubs. That's 67 on the year. Not yet at the halfway point. The Cubs gave up 71 first inning runs all of last year. Strike called on Addison Russell back in the lineup. First time since Sunday.
2017 Cubs, they're going to get tired of hearing about their big brother, the 2016 Cubs.
0 for 2 as a pinch hitter in the series. He had right shoulder discomfort. That's why he had to leave that game in Miami a little early. 0-2 on him. Ground ball to Turner. And he gets him. Joe Ross's big brother is Tyson.
Tyson currently the Texas Rangers. Remember, he got time off to come and watch Joe pitch here in his debut against the Cubs.
I believe his team was in Cincinnati and he was not pitching, and they told him, yeah, go see Joe make his debut.
Tyson originally was an A and then was traded to the Padres. The Padres drafted Joe with their first round pick in 2011, and he was traded over here in 14. Three-team deal. Will Myers went to San Diego.
There was also a deal that had Trey Turner as a player to be named later, which is only a technicality. We don't normally think of high-end guys like Turner being a player to be named. Here's the 0-1 to Candelario. It's on the inside corner. And the reason he was a player to be named later is that the trade happened in December of 2014. He had been drafted and signed in June. And you can't trade a guy within a year of him signing his first pro contract. So that was kind of a bizarre thing as Candelario strikes out. That for a few months in 2015, before Turner was officially traded from the Padres to the Nationals, he was a property of the Padres, even though
everybody knew he was
a de facto National.
Which is kind of, I mean, you might as well allow the trade of draft picks, right? Because that's just basically tiptoeing or circumventing the rules to do that. So you might as well just allow teams to trade draft picks.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that would drive me crazy, because if I know I have to move, I'd rather move tomorrow than in 3 months, right? Let's just get it over with.
Yeah. If it's going to happen, let's just get started with your new club.
Trey, we got you, but it's going to be 6 months before you get here. Bounce to third. Rendon's got it. And the Cubs go quietly. In the second, it's 1-1.
So why do your low fares come with 2 free bags, unlike the other guys?
'Cause I know I can treat you better.
And why do your low fares stay so low?
'Cause I know I can treat you better.
Why am I wasting time with that other airline?
When you should be with me instead.
Yes. What? Southwest.
Hey, Chicago. Say yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency.
How was your vacation?
Hey, guys, what's this tomato doing at Randy's desk?
You know, that actually reminds me, Steve. I got you something. Aloha.
Mangoes can get sunburned.
Put some flavor in your break with new Mango Tea. Make time for Snapple.
Whatever you're getting ready for, come into Supercuts for our attention to detail and signature hot towel finish. So you're not just ready, but super ready. Check in online today.
Gear up for July 4th with star-spangled savings at Toyota's Red, White, and Blue sales event. From the adventurous RAV4 and the bold Camry to the fun-to-drive Corolla and family-friendly Highlander, you'll make your forefathers proud no matter which model you choose. But hurry, these deals are going fast. Right now, lease a new 2017 RAV4 for $189 a month. Or get 0% APR for 72 months during Toyota's Red, White, and Blue sales event. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. You can't beat summer in Chicago, especially at beautiful Wrigley Field. There are only 11 home games in July, so plan now. Tickets are still available for most of the games next month, especially with next week's matchup with the Rays. Kind of fun. They don't come all that often. The 4th and the 5th. Circle those dates on your calendar. Visit Cubs.com today to get the seats you want.
Another chapter in the Earnhardt legacy comes to a close. Dale Jr. takes to the track at Daytona one last time. Saturday, only on NBC. Happy 90th, Paul Tishka, who went to his first Cubs game in 1935. Happy birthday, Paul. Also, happy birthday, Randy Schramm, here at the ballpark today with Connie, his wife, daughter Jess, son Jake, nephew Nathan, and they're going to drive to Cooperstown. Jake's got a tournament there, and they're going to check out the Hall of Fame as well.
Oh, that's a fun trip. A lot of youth tournaments there in Cooperstown.
Lester's 1-1 to Rendon.
Rendon batting .425 against left-handed pitching.
3 for 3, including a homer and a double last night.
Broke in 2013. He was drafted out of Rice University in 2011, so not a lot of minor league time. He was considered to be a very mature bat coming out of college.
Hey, look at this roster. Rizzo will have room, and he's got it. Zimmerman made his debut the year he was drafted, right? Harper was a quick study. Rendon. Strasburg,
yeah.
They've done well with their high draft picks. Strasburg last night, I guess, dealt with some back issues in the middle of that game, but worked his way through it. 7 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned. He struck out 13. Wieters bounces back to Lester, who will underhand to Rizzo for the out.
Yeah, it was a pretty impressive show that Strasburg put on. He had electrifying stuff, to say the least. Pick your poison, whether it was that power sinker you just saw, the high heater at 97, or the nasty hook. He gave Cub hitters all kinds of fits, striking out 13 in 7 innings of work. Punched out 6 in a row at one point.
A strike to Michael Taylor.
You get down towards the bottom of this order, they're still dangerous hitters. Wieters, he's got very good numbers against John Lester. Taylor's having a very nice year, and he's been swinging it well of late. Even Ross, the pitcher, can handle the bat a little bit, but you hope to be really efficient and save some bullets against the bottom of the order, because the top and the middle is so difficult to work your way through.
1-2. Looks like we're going to have the largest crowd of the series here today. We've been around 31,000 the first 3 days. Maybe a little above that today. Lester knocks it down. A little quicker underhand toss. He goes 1, 2, 3 in the second. After 2, it's 1-1.
If you like the iconic chalupa from Taco Bell, you're gonna love this. Double the seasoned beef with nacho cheese sauce. The new limited edition double chalupa. Love it while it lasts. Only at Taco Bell.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
I'm attorney Howard Ankin with Cubs great Andre Dawson.
Hard work is the best way to succeed. That's why if you need a lawyer, you need to call my Hawk, Howard.
If you or someone you know needs help with an injury case, call me. 312-6-million. Injury law, made personal.
For almost 40 years, I've worked hard to enforce the safety rules on our highways and in workplaces, to hold the negligent accountable. And it's helped make our community a safer, better place. But to keep our community safe and strong, we've got to take good care of our children. This is why I've donated hundreds of thousands to support programs like Kids Stop, Reading Buddies, Teachers of Excellence, and the United Way. And it's also why I only do personal injury law. Because helping injured people win justice is its own reward.
I'm only here for a blue dress. Blue dress, blue dress. Blue dress, blue dress, blue dress. Blue dress.
Sometimes it's hard to leave Goodwill with just one thing.
Ah, blue dress.
But it's okay. With your Club Goodwill Rewards card, you can earn points with every purchase for even more savings.
You always amaze me.
Dare to live in full color with Blue Man Group, the spectacular collision of comedy, theater, rock concert, and dance party all rolled into one. Catch our boys in blue at the Briar Street Theater. Call 800-BLUE-MAN or visit blueman.com.
StatCast is powered by AWS. The Chris Bryant double last night in the 4th inning off Steven Strasburg. 5th hardest in the StatCast era for Chris. He said the ankle feels better today. Hoping not to go to the DL, but just going to play it day to day at this point.
You know who wants to make sure that he's healthy and that he takes his time recovering?
Jeimer Candelario
and the Cincinnati Reds pitching staff.
Yes, oh, good point, because he bludgeons Reds pitching. The 1-0 to Javier Baez is a strike.
You know, when he hit that ball last night, I was thinking to myself, that's about 111 miles per hour. So, Ross v. Baez, yeah, you're going to expect to see a lot of sliders. Strike the ball sliders working off the outside edge. Got away with a little mistake there. That was a high spinner. And here's the quirky injury to KB last night. Just drifting to catch his pop-up and rolls that right ankle right on the corner of the bag.
A little levity as Joe needed a taller member of the traveling party to help Chris get off the field. It ended up being P.J. Mainville. I kind of felt bad for Matt Johnson. He went out to help, and Joe went, you're the same height as I am.
Well, they could have made the chair kind of thing and carried him off.
Right. Two. Fouled away.
That's a good swing there at that fastball with 2 strikes, because that lets you know that he's at least respecting the breaking ball away. You know, the fact that he's a little bit behind that heater. Wasn't completely selling out.
And he got him.
He got beat with a good pitch.
For his 4th strikeout.
Late breaking lane changer, really well executed by Ross.
Cubs have now fanned 37 times in the 4-game series. And here's the pitcher, Lester, batting 9th today. Taylor has time to get underneath it and run it down.
Yeah, good swing by the big guy. Maybe just a little bit out towards the end of the bat.
So you know how my mind works. I think of Joe Ross and Tyson Ross. Very similar repertoire, right, for both guys. I think of brothers who pitched similarly. And the first place I go is late career Phil and Joe Niekro.
Knuckleballers.
Right?
Yeah.
Tyson throws his slider almost as much as his fastball. Bounced wide of first. Still seeking his first homer of the year, and as a Cub,
change-up, not a particularly well executed one, but he caught Jay out in front and intending to throw that pitch letter high. And so that's the question with Ross. Can he find confidence in that change-up or develop a little bit of a curveball? Because right now his fastball slider usage combined is almost 95%. And again, it's just hard to go deep into a game when you don't give major league hitters more looks than that. You've got to be really precise with your stuff to have success when you're basically a two-pitch pitcher. When you look at the repertoire of the usage for Joe Ross, the first thing that comes to your mind is reliever. I mean, it looks sinker slider bullpen guy.
Pounding ball to Murphy. Back-to-back 1-2-3s for Ross. 1-1 in the third.
What's so great about the Apple Pencil?
Well, it's just like a real pencil. So when you write on the new iPad Pro, there's basically no lag.
What's the big deal about a little lag? Wait, what's happening?
Announcing Hyundai's Better Than Ever sales event. Come in now for the biggest savings in our 30-year history on select new Hyundais. Like up to $6,000 in total savings on the 2017 Santa Fe Sport.
Really? Wow.
And every new Hyundai comes with an amazing warranty.
America's best warranty.
Hurry in before the best offers in Hyundai history are, well, history. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. Better Than Ever is the reason to buy now. Lease the Santa Fe Sport for $149 a month. Or get up to 20% off MSRP. That's $6,000 in total savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
It's the 4th of July sale at Ace.
The perfect time to buy a grill from our exclusive lineup of premium brands.
Get the right grill delivered right to your house.
Now through the 4th, buy any grill $3.99 and up, and we'll assemble and deliver free.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
The great thing about an old truck is you can treat it like an old truck, which is exactly why you got a truck in the first place. It's not old, it's broken in. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how. That's not gonna buff out.
The Cubs hope to give the Reds the blues as Anthony Rizzo leads the team to Cincinnati. Coverage begins Saturday at 2:30 on CSN with Cubs Pregame Live, or you can stream it live at csnchicago.com or on the NBC Sports app.
Bottom of the third, 1-1 ball game, Thursday, July 6th. It's a makeup game, and the Brewers are in town. First pitch will be at 1:20, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive the final out bobblehead presented by CSN Chicago. As a reminder, this is the makeup game for the postponed May 20th game. Tickets from May 20th will be honored for this game on the 6th. For more information, visit Cubs.com.
Got the all first name matchup, John Lester, Joe Ross. Strike one.
The Rosses grew up in Northern California. Their sister played collegiate soccer.
Joe had committed to UCLA before signing. And fair, just fair. And Happ will pick it up. It is a double for Ross, 4th of his career.
Yeah, we mentioned he's a pretty good hitter. Takes a regular BP turn with the hitting group. Dusty not afraid to use him off the bench. Lester had put a good swing on him, but it was caught, and Ross pounds one into the right field corner for a leadoff two-bagger. Bunt might be in play here for Turner with his wheels. I mentioned first go around with Turner that he doesn't do it very often, but in this situation, you know, one of those combo platter approaches. We could drop a bunt down and then get Ross to third base, and with my speed, get a good chance to get a knock. Got a pitcher on the mound that doesn't like to handle the ball. Appears to be the last thing on his mind.
Change up, 1-1. Turner will turn 24 tomorrow. Lester's pitch is a strike, fastball that time.
Well, he'd love to get the punch out here, keep the ball out of play.
Broken bat, fly ball for a base hit. Throw's going to go to third, and Ross is in as he had to hesitate to make sure Jay wasn't going to catch it. And they got some action first and third, nobody out.
Yeah, boy, the anatomy of a tough inning, right? You talked about trying to be efficient and clear the bottom of the order. Well, Ross spoils that party with a leadoff double. Now crack bat base hit for Turner. Bit of misfortune there for Lester, but he's in the soup now. First and third, nobody out. 2, 3, 4 coming up here. No doubt the Cubs will trade a run for a couple outs here on an infield ground ball.
They are aligned thusly on the infield. A strike to Rayburn. Jason Worth in this series. He's on the DL. Bryant Goodwin, left-handed bat, getting the start in the first 3 games.
John has pretty wide splits between his performance at home and on the road. A 2.68 ERA at Wrigley, 5.49 on the road. Some of that is just sample size stuff. His last 2 road starts, very good. The one in Miami that we talked about earlier last time out, and 2 starts prior to that. Outstanding work against the Mets in New York.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That was large. 2 strikeouts, Rayburn both times. Rayburn getting the start, and so far Lester has taken advantage of him. Well, there's rare work up above the hands for Lester. The cutter down and in. Left-handed. At arm angle, Lester, ball just bores in on the right-handed hitters. Changing the game plan a little bit, elevating there against Rayburn.
Stay in double play depth for Harper. So Lester's got a fighting chance to get out of it here if he can get a ground ball, as Harper shows bunt and takes outside. He's not going to bunt, right?
Well, I would be really surprised, but players surprise us all the time.
That's true.
Things they do. He's gotten Candelario's attention. He's moved in even with the bag.
Harper, number 1 overall, 2010. Out of the College of Southern Nevada. And he was a catcher as a teenager.
Yeah, I remember reading a scouting report on him not too long ago that somebody had unearthed. So most likely will stay a catcher.
Fouled away as Turner had a good jump. Cardinals playing an afternoon game in Arizona today. Leading 2-1 in the 4th. Pirates hosting the Rays tonight. Brewers are at the Reds. Nelson and Bailey, the pitching matchup. Turner not running, and Harper with a 2-strike swing just to foul it off and stay alive. Chase Anderson goes to the DL with an oblique injury, and it could be a while. That's a big blow to the Brewers. Did you see how their game ended last night? First and third double steal.
No, I did not see that.
I think it was Arce got caught at second. He was supposed to stop to give the runner a chance to score, and he didn't, and the game ended. Turner goes, swing and a miss, throw to second is high. Turner is in. Ross holding at third. So Turner's got 2 steals. There are 2 outs in the inning.
They're doing a heck of a job here. Back-to-back strikeouts. Now the odds tip in his favor. Still a dangerous man to get here in Zimmerman. He's got a base open. If he should fall behind, doesn't have to give in.
Nice play, Candelario. High throw. As Rizzo kept his toe on the bag to get the headfirst sliding Zimmerman. Whew. Might the Nationals challenge? No, it doesn't look like they're going to. And yeah, he kept his foot on the base. So Lester gets out of it. Still tied at 1.
Celebrate Independence Day by saving big money during Menards 4th of July sale. Create the perfect outdoor living space with landscape blocks. Crestone beveled retaining wall block comes in 8 colors. They're only 69 cents each after rebate. Provide extraordinary protection to exterior wood surfaces with Thompson's. Thompson's Total all-in-one semi-transparent stain and sealer is specially developed to minimize lap marks and streaking and is just $22.97 a gallon. Now during Menards 4th of July sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Okay, and with your BMO Harris checking account, you don't have to pay any monthly maintenance fees.
Why?
Well, we try to understand our customers' needs. So we included no minimum balance and access to 40,000 no-fee ATMs nationwide.
Why?
Because we care about our customers.
Why?
Because,
What? These are important questions.
Why?
Introducing a checking account with no monthly maintenance fees. That's the BMO effect. BMO Harris Bank. We're here to help.
Untouchable value and tremendous choice. 2 things you're guaranteed to find at My Bob's Discount Furniture every day. Like my Navigator, glove soft and durable performance fabric. Bobopedic memory foam seating for extra comfort. Stylish 2-tone design. Get the sofa and love seat for only $9.99. Or you can power them up with push-button power reclining. Both pieces only $11.99. Untouchable value and tremendous choice every day. only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Do you have what it takes to be a VIP? Create your own original walk-up song for your favorite player, and you could win tickets to a Sox Suite, a Cubs Suite, and VIP passes to Lollapalooza. Submit your song 1 minute or less at csnchicago.com/VIP.
Advocate Healthcare is the official healthcare partner of your Chicago Cubs. We're for the comeback. We're for the win. We're for tomorrow. Tomorrow starts today at advocatehealth.com. How about John Lester getting out of that mess?
He does not crater when things get tough.
It was a mess. First and third, nobody out. With 2, 3, 4 coming up, he struck out Rayburn and Harper, and then got Zimmerman on a ground out. Ian Happ playing right field today. And a first pitch strike. Day game for the Cubs AAA affiliate, the Iowa Cubs, and they beat New Orleans 5-2. Kyle Schwarber had a 1-for-3 afternoon.
That'd be the New Orleans baby cakes?
Yep. Broken bat, ground ball to the right side, and Murphy will make the play 4-3.
That's a good changeup from Ross. Good sinking action down below the knees. And off speed catches Happ out in front a little bit.
So Victor Caratini, who got brought up yesterday and may get the start tomorrow in Cincinnati. Switch hitting catcher. Yesterday also named to the Pacific Coast League All-Star game. Today was named to the world roster of the Futures game. He and Eloy Jimenez. That one snagged by Turner as Rizzo lines out into the shift.
Another bullet off the bat of Rizzo. This time it finds the leather of Trey Turner. Maybe not quite as sharply hit as I initially thought, but still solid contact from Anthony, who doubled last time up.
So there's Vic Caratini, who hopes to be with the Cubs throughout, but congrats to him and Eloy Jimenez. Futures game nod for the second consecutive year. He had a big game last year in San Diego.
Yeah, home run and an acrobatic catch.
Eugene Emeralds are in Vancouver later tonight. Winners of 7 in a row. Off to a 9-5 start in the Northwest League.
See the video of Jimenez in that home run hitting contest? For the
I did not.
Games, shattering a light like Roy Hobbs.
It's got sick power. Swing and a miss by Contreras. 1-2. And the Cubs catcher. Talking to Joe today, he's not nervous or intimidated by having a couple of young catchers in the stable. Said that's not something he hasn't dealt with before. And we've got a real good group here. Joe was a catcher. Mike Borzello is as good as anybody working with catchers. Henry Blanco, a long career as a major league catcher. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Well, I would imagine the thinking is just let it play out, watch the young guys play. If you think there's an issue that needs to be addressed, then go out and find a veteran backup if need be. You can usually get your hands on one of those. I think Amazon has some. You just tell Alexa, me a backup catcher. The next day, shows up at the ballpark.
I like Caratini's bat. Hitting over 340 at AAA. On the ground toward the middle. Turner's had an active day. The spin, the throw, the out. 9 in a row. Retired by Joe Ross. And a 1-1 tie.
It's a good thing we brought the tablets, huh?
Yeah, and I can watch the game with DirecTV now.
Ooh, sorry. Most broadcasts and sports channels aren't included. And you can only stream on 2 devices at once.
This is fun. We're having fun.
Yeah.
No, you're not, Jimmy.
Don't let DirecTV Now limit your entertainment. Xfinity gives you more to stream to more screens.
Big month here at DQ. We got the Brownie Blizzard and the Blondie Blizzard. And today, we got the mayor.
Today in our fair city, I flipped not one blizzard of the month, but 2. A Brownie Blizzard and a Blondie Blizzard, created right here. A town where the fudge comes frosted and the caramel comes salted. Only available here!
They're available everywhere.
Which includes here!
The new Frosted Fudge Brownie and Salted Caramel Blondie Blizzard Treats.
Welcome to Dairy Queen.
Enjoy a $1 Misty Slush and more during happy hour.
At King's Hawaiian, we believe that when great food and laughs are shared with others, life's just more fun. And who better to share it with than those closest to us, our neighbors. So, pull the grill out front, America. Be sure to have plenty of King's Hawaiian buns and barbecue sauce on hand. And let's make this the summer of the block party. This summer, you could have Dierks Bentley at your block party. Learn more at goodmorningamerica.com/block party.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem.
For a free consultation, visit uswaterproofing.com. A better basement starts with us.
Our philosophy is that, the pitcher always has the last right to choose what he wants to do or not do. Even when it comes down to defense, if you don't like the shift, you won't move. When it comes to calling a game, starting pitchers, our veteran guys pretty much are in charge of that moment.
Yeah, that's the other part of it. The veteran guys like Lester and Lackey, they've worked a lot with Wilson Contreras. And, in a lot of ways call their own game. Here's Murphy to lead it off. 4th inning, 1-1. Murphy hitting in the first 3 games and 12 straight in all. An extra base hit in 11 of his last 14. MLB released an all-star voting update that I wanted to pass along because the voting ends tonight, 10:59 Central. Nolan Arenado has passed Chris Bryant at third base. So Chris trailing by about 100,000 votes. Anthony Rizzo trails Ryan Zimmerman by about 75,000 votes. Jason Hayward, Ben Zobrist are just out of the top 3 among outfielders. So if you haven't voted, or even if you have, I think you can vote up to 35 times total. What is it, 5 times a day?
5 times a day.
Yeah, so you could vote 5 more times before the polls close tonight.
And both those position players, first base, third base. There's going to be major snubbage there, boy. There's all kinds of worthy candidates. All-star rosters will be announced Sunday after our game at Cincinnati as Lester does the underhand flip for the 3rd time today. Hey, Cub fans, it's a very tight race, but there's still time to send your Cubs to Miami for the 2017 All-Star Game. Voting ends tonight at midnight. Go to Cubs.com to make your vote count. So nobody a lock on this roster. I would say, as weird as it sounds, maybe the biggest lock right now, it would be Wade Davis.
but the players probably have him on their ballot.
Yeah, I haven't broke down the relief pitchers, but yeah, I did. But it's kind of ironic, too, that the Cubs may be in a position where, well, you got to have one from every team, right? You're the defending World Series champions.
I think Bryant will make it, whether as a starter or not, and really hope Rizzo gets in. John Lester. Can't count him out just yet.
And they'll have that final vote where they put the 5 guys out there for the final fan vote.
Now you may be out there going, well, John's got a 3.79 earned run average. That doesn't scream all-star. I would like to think that there's still something to be said for the volume of work, right? Swing and a miss by Rendon. It's not just the first 2.5, 3 months of this season. If John were a rookie putting up these numbers, he wouldn't get a mention, but
it just depends on how many. Scherzer will go, Strasburg will go, Kershaw will go, Greinke likely goes,
Nova.
Yeah, so and then you number of bullpen guys too.
Called strike 3.
And then you've got that whole issue of every team has to be represented. And
that guy will be there.
Carlos Martinez, Robbie Ray. I would assume Robbie Ray is going to make it. I'm guessing John will be on the outside looking in, but there's always those guys that have to pitch right before the break, so the replacements are named. And John might be happy just to go cool his heels for a few days anyway over the break. Play a little golf, hang out with the fam.
The Cubs will have at least one player, but they will be well represented because Joe Madden and his entire staff will be running the National League team. And if you missed it over the winter with the new collective bargaining agreement, the All-Star game is no longer tied to home field advantage in the World Series. It's based now on the regular season record of the pennant winners. It's kind of interesting. The Cubs might have, in a weird way, benefited by the National League losing the All-Star game last season, making the Indians the team that had home field advantage. And I say that because they were able to use Kyle Schwarber in one extra game. He was not able to play defense, and he had a big World Series. Under the new rules, the Cubs would have had 4 games at home.
So you're saying it may behoove a team to tank in the final week of the season.
I don't know about that.
Cede home field advantage to the other league.
Called strike 3. Good comeback by Lester. Nationals go in order in the 4th in a 1-1 tie.
When did paying for airfare become so unfair? At Southwest, we do things differently. So differently, we invented a word for it: transparency. Transparency means we don't dream up ways we can trick you into paying more. It means respect. Because we don't just fly you, we like you.
How do you want to live? As a decent person? Good husband? Is that it? Good? Of course not. King of the hill? Better. Top of your game? Win. All powerful. Like a boss. Like a pro. We couldn't agree more. We are professional grade. Step up to GMC and pay no interest for 72 months on all 2017 GMC Sierra double cab models. We are professional grade. GMC.
Remember when everything you did was for the fun of doing it? BMW sports activity vehicles are the perfect combination of ample space, dynamic power, and sleek design. There truly is an X perfect for every adventure, so you can go wherever the fun takes you. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Lease a BMW X5 xDrive 35i for as low as $599 a month.
Subscribe to the Cubs Talk podcast on iTunes or the Google Play Store today.
Saturday on CSN Plus, the Chicago Fire remain one of the top teams in the league and one of the few undefeated at home, and they look to keep that streak alive, hosting the Vancouver Whitecaps FC. Coverage begins at 5:30 with Chicago Fire pregame live. I believe the old North American Soccer League team name was the Vancouver Whitecaps back in the early 80s. The Washington Diplomats.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Can someone on the crew confirm that there was an NASL team called the Washington Diplomats? The Chicago Sting?
New York Cosmos? Does that sound right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Here's Addison Russell. There's a great documentary on the Cosmos. You should see it. I think it's called Once in a Lifetime.
That Pele, right?
Yep. That might take up our flight to Cincinnati if you downloaded that on your laptop. 2-0, although you do what you want. You know, you've got Big Bang Theory.
I've got some books I'm trying to plow through. What is today? Thursday?
Why would that matter?
See if there's anything good on Thursday night.
Oh, I got you. 3-0 on Russell. Switch hitting. Candelario on deck. Taking all the way, it's a strike.
Ross has not issued a walk this afternoon.
Until now.
And that's kind of who he is. His career has a low walk rate. Well, better than average so far this year. That's just the 13th walk he has issued. 60 innings of work. Leaning, I think Joe might be thinking a little hit and run here.
Ross comes set. Another throw. Each team with a first inning run. Contreras with an RBI single. Zimmerman, a run scoring double.
Well, you got a favorable count here. Candelario has not had a lot of success. Sometimes you get a young hitter struggling a little bit. Maybe thinking too much. You take that out of his head. Just, we're going to play a little hit and run here, and you have to swing at the ball. No thinking, just execute. Pitcher that's typically around the plate. Step out. Ross doing a good job holding that ball a good long while, trying to upset the rhythm of both the base runner and the hitter, and Candelario finally asking for time. Jamer. He loves that slider, does Ross, down and in on the lefties. It's been a go-to pitch for him.
That gets by on a wild pitch. Russell in scoring position.
Well, looks like he went back to the changeup, so he's trying to use that pitch a little bit more, but every good one, there seems to be two bad ones.
Runner at second base, nobody out now. 2-1 on the hitter. Here it is. Bounced foul. Young lineup. Hayward, Zobrist on the DL. Chris Bryant day-to-day with the ankle issue. Got to battle your way through it. And the 2-2 is hit hard and foul.
Out.
Boy, there's a brave soul there in the front row. Might have taken it in the chest, but he's got the ball. And looks like he's all right. And then went over and gave it to a kid. It's a good fan. 2-2 on Candelario. Got him for the first out.
Another bad but good changeup, right? Not where he wanted to throw it, but he got the desired result. And there you see a frustrated Candelario going down the tunnel to vent.
That brings up Almora. Albert hitting .308 this month. 4 walks and 2 hits in the series, including a successful squeeze bunt hit. Twelve punch-outs for Corey Kluber. He tied a franchise mark held by Bob Feller. 4 consecutive double-digit strikeout games as the Indians beat the Rangers 5-1 today. 30th time he's had at least 10 strikeouts in his career. 0-2 on Almora. He beat former Cub Andrew Kashner, who had to leave one batter after getting hit on the elbow by a broken bat in the 6th. Fortunately, x-rays were negative. He's got just a bruise. Shallow center field. It'll be handled by Taylor, who's got his sunglasses on. So after the walk and the wild pitch, Russell has not been able to advance. 2 outs, and it's up to Baez, and we'll see with the pitcher on deck how the Nationals handle it.
Dusty likes the intentional walk here. A good swing that Lester had last time up. Not enough to convince Dusty to go after Baez here. And I think if he had a veteran pitcher out there, so maybe he would have said, you know what, let's see if we can get Baez to chase out of the zone. And if we end up losing him, so be it, as opposed to just putting him on. As a pitcher, you always prefer to go after that 8-hole hitter. You feel like you should be able to get the 8th place hitter out. But Baez is a dangerous 8-hole hitter. And you make a mistake, he might hit one in the seats on you.
All 1 to Lester. You see how big John is? Matt Wieters looks like he's bigger. That is a large human wearing the gear back of the plate. Two and 0 now, so after the intentional walk, he's gone behind Lester.
It's always the risk when you put people on base. You enhance your chances of pitching a scoreless inning, but you do set up a potential big inning should Lester find his way on base here and Jay deliver. It's a game of risk reward.
Offer is a strike.
Well, it could be the end of the line for Bartolo Colon. The Braves designated the 44-year-old for assignment today. Bartolo 2-8 with an 8.14 ERA this season. Change piece.
2-2. And John Jay on deck. Cubs trying to get out of here with a 2-2 split. And Ross gets out of it. Leadoff walk does not hurt him. And the Cubs leave 2 base runners. It's 1-1 in the 5th.
This is more than a bundle. This is more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home court. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. It's why I'm here.
Here to help life go right. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
The beer that's as refreshing as refreshment gets. Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy.
The hot and spicy McChicken sandwich is back at McDonald's and now on the McPick 2 menu. Crispy chicken seasoned with the perfect amount of spices. Grab one along with any of your McPick 2 favorites for just $3.
$1 window siding and door installation, 102 Pine Street.
Let's go, guys.
It's Feldco to the rescue with $1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors. Plus, no interest for 1 year. It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year.
That's $1.
$1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors.
Hurry, $1 installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.